Welcome to the 2024 Marshfield High School Community and Memorial Scholarship Fund Scholarship Presentation. Highlights. Throughout the program, we will take a moment to highlight some of the scholarships that are being awarded today and acknowledge the individuals who have made them possible. We are honoring the memory of several former MHS staff and students through memorial scholarships. Many family members of these individuals are present today, and the recipients of these scholarships will receive a biography and picture of the person being memorialized. All of these scholarships have specific criteria set that the selection committee has to adhere by. These may include GPA, financial need, service to others, character, work ethic, etc. Our first scholarship recipient is Nathan Hill. Nathan is receiving an Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $450 and an Irene Probst Memorial Scholarship for $500. Adara. Nevea is receiving an Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $450 and an F.W. Smith Memorial Scholarship for $500. Lillian Dubazar. Lillian is receiving a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 and the Wallace Johnson and Susan Talley Johnson Scholarship for $525. Jasmine Perez. Jasmine is receiving a $625 Coos Bay North Bend Lions Memorial Scholarship and an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $500. Monica Rodriguez. Monica is receiving a $500 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship and a $500 MHS Merit Scholarship. Ray Wilson. Ray is receiving a $650 Southam Family Scholarship, a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, and an MHS Merit Scholarship for $500. Jessica Sun. Jessica is receiving a $500 MHS Merit Scholarship and a $1,000 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship. Faith Height. Faith is receiving a $500 MHS Merit Scholarship and a $1,000 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship. Giovanni Castro. Giovanni is receiving a Harold and Eleanor Knudsen Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $625 and a $1,000 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship. Megan Park. Megan is receiving the Luckman Legacy Scholarship for $750 and a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Queenie Rose Crisostomo is receiving the MHS Class of 1954 Scholarship for $900 and the Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship for $1,000. Scholarship highlights. Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn. Longtime residents of the Coos Bay area, Walter, who never attended college, strongly believed in providing opportunities for high school students. The Jocelyns have generously contributed to the Marshfield Scholarship Program, enabling us to present several awards today in their name. F. Willis Smith, a former Coos Bay businessman and founder of Coos Head Timber Company, Mr. Smith was deeply committed to his community and played a leadership role in numerous causes throughout his life. He graciously left a substantial endowment to Marshfield, which will fund several scholarships for years to come. Adams. Sierra is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship and $1,000 from First Student Transportation. Sergio Juan de Dios. Sergio is receiving a $1,000 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship and an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Paige MacDuff. Paige is receiving a $550 Warren and Adeline Colin Memorial Scholarship, a $650 Bruce and Thelma Hoffine Memorial Scholarship, and an Everett Messerly Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,400. Jenna Erickson. Jenna is receiving the Mac McIntosh and Wally Hazen Scholarship in the amount of $2,100. Akshat Brar is receiving an MHS Class of 1966 scholarship for $1,250 and a Blanco Lodge Masonic Scholarship for $1,000. Chance Browning. Chance is receiving the Audrey Alba Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 and the Buck and Ruby Williams Memorial Scholarship for $1,250. Aspen Elst. Aspen is receiving $500 from the Coos Bay School Administrators, an MHS Merit Scholarship for $500, and the Jeff Toffelmeyer Memorial Scholarship for $1,250. Willow Elst. Willow is receiving $500 MHS Merit Scholarship, the Lou Davies Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $525, the Linda Clem Scholarship in the amount of $600, and the Aaron Roblin Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $650. Kendra Fleetwood. Kendra is receiving the John and Dottie Bergen Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, an MHS Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and the Maxine and Lyle McGuire Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,250. Heaven Williams. Heaven is receiving an MHS Merit Scholarship for $800, a First Student Transportation Scholarship for $1,000, and a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Harper Thompson. Harper is receiving an MHS Merit Scholarship for $500, the MHS Class of 1956 Scholarship for $725, and the Chet Halisky Memorial Scholarship for $1,700. Highlights. Jenny Lynn Smith grew up in the town of Marshfield and graduated from Marshall High School in 1933. Jenny Lynn taught at the Harding School and Blossom Gulch Elementary School in Coos Bay for 30 years. Albert Pernatus retired to the Coos Bay area in 1982 after serving as an officer in the Navy and as an engineer for the government. He lived near the Coos River School. He left a sizable donation to the Marshfield Scholarship Committee to support Marshfield students in pursuing their post-high school education. Finn Mander. Finn is receiving an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and for $1,000, a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship. Hubbard. Macy is receiving a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, an MHS Merit Scholarship for $1,000, and a Blanco Lodge Masonic Scholarship for $1,000. Robin Bonner. Robin is receiving the Guy Schellenbarger Memorial Scholarship for $650, a First Student Transportation Scholarship for $1,000, and an Adam and Elma Donaldson Scholarship for $1,400. Jonah Putman. Jonah is receiving a Ray Davis Memorial Scholarship for $625, for $750, a Luckman Legacy Scholarship, an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Cordova. Vaughn is receiving a $1,000 MHS Merit Scholarship, a $1,000 F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship, and a $1,500 Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship. Hope Schrag. Hope is receiving a $550 Crystal Volan Memorial Scholarship, a First Student Transportation Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and an MHS Merit Scholarship for $1,000. Jocelyn Cermeno. Jocelyn is receiving a Virginia Conrad Grant Memorial Scholarship for $650, a Johansson Campbell Family Scholarship for $1,000, and a We Believe in You scholarship in the amount of $2,000. Jake is receiving a $2,000 Irene Probst Memorial Scholarship and an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. Bridget Gould. Bridget is receiving a Les Angle Scholarship for $625, a Leland and Alice Angle Memorial Scholarship for $850, a $1,000 F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship, and a $1,000 Walter and Virginia Pozesniak Memorial Scholarship. Daphne Scriven. Daphne is receiving a $1,000 MHS Merit Scholarship, a $1,250 Gaylord Nelson Family Scholarship, and the Prefontaine Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,200. Middendorf. Connor is receiving the William McLean Memorial Scholarship for $625, an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, a Joycelyn and Walter Jocelyn Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, and an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. Morgan Picotti. Morgan is receiving $500 from the Coos Bay Schools Administrator Scholarship, a $525 Fitzwater Family Scholarship, an MHS Merit Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and a Jenny Lynn Smith Memorial Scholarship for $2,600. Isabel McLaughlin. Isabel is receiving an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, an MHS Merit Scholarship for $1,000, and an MHS Class of 1963 Scholarship in the amount of $2,800. Highlights. Pete Sussick had an exceptional football career both as a player and as a coach. As a student, he excelled at North Bend High School and continued his success at the University of Washington, where he led the Huskies in scoring in 1943. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, he made a significant impact. However, his most enduring legacy is his coaching career at Marshfield High School. From 1946 to 1979, he guided the Pirate football team to remarkable achievements, including 2 state titles, a co championship from 1954 to 1956, 2 state runner-ups, and 8 other playoff teams. His contributions are commemorated with Marshfield Stadium named Pete Sussick Stadium in his honor. Additionally, his granddaughter, Mrs. Chelsea Seaborg, is currently teaching at Marshfield High School. Isabel Galloway was a graduate of Marshfield High School, class of 1931. She felt that family was very important, and so dedication to family is a main criterion to receive these scholarships. The Cameron Clay House Scholarship Fund was established to help young people who were having difficulties and needed a helping hand. This fund has since been transformed into a scholarship awarded yearly to Marshfield seniors, providing them with a head start on their education after high school. Amelia Schaefer. Amelia is receiving an MHS Merit Scholarship for $1,000, an Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Helen Robeson Doving Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, and a Jack and Catherine Littlefield Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. Applegate. Shyla is receiving a Buck and Ruby Williams Memorial Scholarship for $1,250, a Cameron Clay House Scholarship for $1,800, and a Coos Bay North Bend Rotary Club scholarship for $2,000. Isa Henricks. Isa will receive a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship and the Everett and Maybelle Chamley Scholarship for $4,300. London Lindsay. London is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship and an Everett and Mabel Chamley Scholarship for $4,300. Kaylee England. Kaylee is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship, the Pete and Marcella Suzek Memorial Scholarship for $1,250, and the MHS Class of 1962 Scholarship for $3,000. Carly Kennedy. Carly is receiving an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the John Brands Memorial Scholarship for $1,250, the D. Latrell Lawrence Dance Scholarship for $1,500, and the Lions Club Culver Sanders Memorial Scholarship for $3,000. Natalie Jaden. Natalie is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship, an MHS Merit Scholarship for $500, the Richard and Betty Hainan Memorial Scholarship for $1,800, and the Patsy Downer Dement Nursing Scholarship for $2,100. Joe Herbert. Joe is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship and the Jason Forrester Memorial Scholarship for $5,000. Gracie Peach. Gracie is receiving a $1,000 Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship, the Mike and Linda Helfrich Memorial Scholarship for $1,600, an MHS Merit Scholarship for $2,000, and the Natalie Hill Spirit Award Memorial Scholarship for $2,000. Ethan McLaughlin. Ethan is receiving the F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the John W. Burroughs Memorial Scholarship for $1,700, and the Al Powers Family Scholarship for $4,300. John Lamons. John is receiving the F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Stan and Rose Olberg Memorial Scholarship for $2,000, and the Isabel Galloway Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $5,200. Voc Tech Endowment. The MHS Vocational Technical Endowment was initiated by donor Chart Kalbaum, MHS Class of 1952, who strongly believed that MHS students who do not choose to pursue a four-year bachelor's degree should have access to scholarships separate from the MHS General Endowment. Applicants who meet this criterion are awarded scholarships based on the cost of their program, a well thought out plan, and an interview by the Vocational Technical Selection Committee. This next group of students has successfully gone through this process and is being awarded vocational technical scholarships. Connor DeLeon. Connor is receiving a Mark Beckham Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $700, an Albert Pernadas Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, and the following Voc-Tech scholarships. $750 a year for 2 years, the Vern King Memorial Scholarship, and $1,500 total for Voc-Tech Fire Science Program at SWAC. Frost. Gannon is receiving the following Voc-Tech scholarships. $1,200 from the Coos Bay Lions, $1,200 from the Carbaum family, $1,600 F. Willis Smith Scholarship, and from the Carbaum family, another $2,000, for a total of $6,000 for his CDL program to pursue becoming a heavy equipment operator. Maya Harvey. Maya is receiving a $2,000 Jim Rippey Scholarship, a 2-year Carbom Family Scholarship for a total of $4,000, and a 2-year Jim Rippey Scholarship for a total of $10,000. This equals $16,000 total for her to attend the OCCI culinary program. Emma Penland is receiving a 2-year Fromm Family Scholarship for a total of $1,500, a 2-year Home Builders Association Scholarship for a total of $1,500, a 2-year Chick and Spud Kaisar Scholarship total of $4,000, a 2-year Carbon Family Scholarship for a total of $12,000, for a grand total of $19,000 to attend the Auto Technician program at UCC. Ricardo Chacon Hughes is receiving the following Voctech scholarships: a 2-year North Bend Medical Center scholarship for $1,500, a 2-year Dean and Dixie Sheldon scholarship for $1,500, a 2-year Jim Rippey scholarship for $3,000, a 2-year Chuck Carbom scholarship for $13,000, for a total of $19,000 to attend the Auto Technician program at UCC. Jayla Johnson. Jayla is receiving a $750 Page Family Scholarship, a $1,965 Carbom Family Scholarship, a $2,285 Ray Gap Scholarship, and a $15,000 Jim Rippey Scholarship for a grand total of $20,000 to attend the Northwest School of Beauty. Caldera. Ryan is receiving the 2-year Slave Construction Scholarship for $1,500, a 2-year Jim Rippey Scholarship for $3,000, a 2-year Michael Kaiser Scholarship for $8,000, and a 2-year Stamper Family Scholarship for a total of $10,000. That is a total of $22,500 to attend the machinist program at Lynn Benton Community College. Matus. Carson is receiving a $2,000 Pirate Shop Scholarship, a $2,000 Johansson Family Scholarship, a $3,000 Ken and Joy Ware Scholarship, a $12,500 Jim Rippey Scholarship, and a $12,500 Carl Baum Family Scholarship for a total of $32,000 to attend the welding program at Western Welding Academy. Highlights. Everett and Maybelle Chamley were classmates in South Dakota, fell in love, and were married for 75 years. They moved to Coos Bay during World War II when Everett was assigned to duty at the airport here. They decided to remain in Oregon where the lumber industry was booming. With a love for their community and valuing the young people that lived in it, they decided to leave the bulk of their estate to the Marshfield High School Community and Memorial Scholarship Fund. Albert H. Powers, Marshfield class of 1947 and student body president, graduated from Stanford in 1952 with a degree in civil engineering. He served as a lieutenant in the U.S. Naval Reserve and became a registered professional engineer in Oregon and Washington. From 1964 to 2001, Al founded and led A. H. Powers, Inc., a marine construction company. Since 1962, he has been president of Powers Ranch Company, managing cattle and tree farming in Coos County, while flying between Seattle and Coos County for 52 years. Danner is receiving a $500 Young Life Scholarship, the Blake Crane Memorial Scholarship for $550, the Stan Solomon Memorial Scholarship for $750, the Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Gert Family Memorial Scholarship for $1,100, and the Cameron Clay Memorial 4-year Scholarship, $1,750 a year, for a total of $7,000. Green. Jake is receiving an Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Mary, Kate, and Cap Charpless Scholarship for $1,500, the Stan and Rose Ober Scholarship for $2,000, and an Albert Pernatus 4-year scholarship, $3,500 a year, for a total of $14,000. Spencer Patterson. Spencer is receiving the $1,000 Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship and an Al Powers Family 4-year scholarship. Year one, $3,000. Year two, $4,000. Year three, $5,000. And year four, $6,000 for a total of $18,000. Illyrian Covey. Illyrian is receiving the 5Ts Family Scholarship for $2,100, the Greg Fox MHS Class of 65 Technology Scholarship for $2,500, the Dell and Jeanette Brunel Memorial Scholarship for $6,850, and the Stan and Rose Olberg 4-year scholarship, $2,625 per year, for a total of $10,500. Ava Thomas. Ava is receiving an F. Willis Smith Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, the Bay Area Sportsman Scholarship for $1,350, the Paul Starkey Memorial Scholarship for $1,800, the Robert Perrin Memorial Scholarship for $3,000, and the Al Powers Family 4-year Scholarship, year one, $3,000, year two, $4,000, year three, $5,000, and year four, $6,000, for a total of $18,000. Kiri Goodson. Kiri is receiving the Helen McPherson Miss Mac Memorial Scholarship for $700, the Albert Pernatus Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, and an Everett and Maybelle Chamley 4-year renewable scholarship, $6,000 a year, for a total of $24,000. Jose Yanez Torres. Jose is receiving a $1,000 F.W. Smith Memorial Scholarship. He is also a Ford Family Scholar recipient, which means that he will receive a 4-year renewable scholarship that meets 90% of unmet need. Beckett. Sienna is receiving the Uno and Vera Richter Memorial 4-year renewable OSAC scholarship. This is $16,000 a year for a total of $64,000. This concludes our 2024 Scholarship Awards presentation. Today, we have awarded $479,975, not including the Ford Scholarship. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the students who have been awarded scholarships today. We also wish to express our profound gratitude to the generous donors whose contributions have made these opportunities possible.